Good morning, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah. If you are new here, welcome, hello. Sometimes I feel like I should stop saying good morning because even though I start these in the morning, you might not actually see it in the morning, but it is morning for me. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good middle of the night, whenever it is that you're watching this. We have quite a few tasks to take care of today. It is going to be a busy, productive day. I've been kind of lazy this week, honestly. I haven't even made anything off of my meal plan for the week because we've just like gotten to dinner every night and I haven't felt like it. So we've just scrounged and found something around the house. I mean, we're eating food, like we're eating food out of our fridge and freezer and stuff and pantry. So that's nice, but I really need to like have motivation through the day today, carry that on through dinner so that we can have a good meal tonight. So anyway, first, we're gonna do a little travel back in time to last night. I went to Target, and so I'm gonna go ahead and share that haul with you really quick. First, I'll just share with you the couple things I got at Hy-Vee. Got a box of nut thins. These are the Country Ranch ones. Sorry, a police officer drove past our house. We live in a cul-de-sac, so not a lot of traffic comes down this way, so I was wondering what was going on. He was just making his rounds. And then I bought myself a loaf of gluten-free bread because I just feel like I'm kind of lost on eating, if I'm being completely honest. And then to Target, and most of it is not for my family, but I'll show you the few things I did get. So I'm gonna start with the cold stuff first so I can get it put away. But I got some gluten-free chicken nuggets. I'm actually gonna make some of those right now. I haven't had dinner yet. I got a pizza Lunchable for Anthony to take to work tomorrow. And then I got some strawberry yogurt cups at Ryder's request. I'm going to quickly put this stuff away and get the chicken nuggets going, and then I'll show you what else I got. Chicken nuggets are going, so we're all good. I have a headache, and I think it's because I am hungry because I haven't been eating a whole lot. Okay, we are still undecided if we're going to homeschool or send our kids to public school, but even if we do send them to public school, because of when Ryder's birthday is, he actually can't go to kindergarten for another 2 years until he's almost 6. So I don't want him to not have any sort of like learning for 2 more years. So at the very least, we're gonna do some stuff around here until he could potentially go to kindergarten, and then we will make our decision at that point if we're going to send him or just keep him home and homeschool him. Yeah, we don't really know. But when I went into Target at the dollar spot, they have all their back to school stuff. And I found these flashcards. So this one is 3-letter words. This one are phonics fun. These ones are phonics fun. And then also get ready for school. This one is like counting in shapes and colors. I think this one's going to be super, super easy for him, but Noah can probably even do some of these, so we'll work on that with him. But the get ready for school was preschool level, and then the other ones are considered a kindergarten level, so that's awesome. I got some binder rings because I'm going to hole punch those and put them on a ring so we can just flip through them. I got a hole punch because mine broke quite a while ago and I never replaced it. Some kid scissors, we don't have any, and I want him to start, you know, practicing what it is like to cut and all of that. And then I did get a handwriting skills workbook. Okay, so that's everything I got for our family. And then Anthony has an event coming up for work, and it's like a right before back to school, and it's with a lot of teachers and like coaches and people that are involved in the school. So we are going to make them, I'm going to make them kind of like a back to school little goodie bag. So for that, I got like, what are they called? Favor bags, like birthday favor bags. I got some Sharpies, 2 packs of Sharpies. There are 18 teachers signed up. So this is 24 of them, obviously more than we need, but we can save them for other goodie bags throughout the year if he needs. And then a sticky note for each of them. There are 10 in each pack, so we'll have 2 left over there. I got these cute little smiley face clips. I'll just put, how many are in here? 25, so I'll just put 1 in each of them because it can't all just be school supplies. I got some treats to put in there. I decided to do Heavenly Hunks Minis One of them is oatmeal chocolate and the other one is birthday cake. Just, you know, not just straight chocolate, something maybe a little healthier, but still a treat. And then I got sparkling waters. So we'll put one in each of them. So I got a watermelon lime. This is just the Good and Gather brand. Coconut pineapple and strawberry mango. And then also we will put a National Guard pen in each one of them, and then one of Anthony's business cards. I'm just realizing that my air fryer might be really loud, and I'm so sorry if it is. Okay, back to present time, which is actually the past for you by the time you see this anyway, but you know what I mean. On our list today, I have a little list here. This is like these pages are full. This is my to-do list. These pages have notes on them and they're full, and I needed to make a list for today. So I have to use like the cardboard backing, and then I made like a little diagram of something I'm gonna work on. Anyway, my kids are loud today. First thing I'm going to do is pull my kids' car seats out of the car, get the covers off, throw them in the wash, get everything cleaned up because that is disgusting. Also on the list, I want to clean the sliding door track. I want to deep clean the inside of our garbage recycling container. I have some organization to do in the hall closet. I don't know if I'm actually going to get to this today because I usually do it before bed, but the chair cushions of our dining table are like a cream color. We bought this table before we knew we were going to have kids, and they get pretty beat up. So I need to use the carpet cleaner to do that. I also need to make goodie bags for an event that my husband has coming up that I'm responsible for. I also have some like homeschool stuff to get ready for. So it's going to be a fun packed day. And then I'm going to make dinner tonight as well. I think we're going to do something with chicken. I have chicken out, probably like the chicken strips. I don't know, I was gonna do the buffalo chicken sweet potatoes, but I want to check football schedule first. I know it's preseason, but there might be football on Sunday, and what is better than buffalo chicken and a football Sunday? So anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. Thanks for being here today, and I hope you enjoy. Okay, you guys, please do not judge me for how disgusting some of the things I show you today are going to be. I promise we're not dirty people, but we have small children. So these car seats always look bad. I deep clean them like this, I would say about 4 times a year. Could they use more? Yes, absolutely. Do I want to do it? No, absolutely not. Because, oh my gosh, there are just so many like little clasps and like these tiny little hooks. That's what they are. Tiny little hooks that all of these little stretchy bands have to like hook onto to keep the cushion onto the car seats. And it's just a pain. And I didn't have to do it this time. But almost every single time I take the cushions off and put them back on, I have to go onto YouTube and find the Graco video showing you how to put the car seats back together. This time I didn't. This time I did well. But anyway, just taking them all apart, and then I do take the vacuum in and just vacuum up the big pieces, and then I'll go back in and clean them later. And then I use the vacuum to start vacuuming up most of the stuff on the floor. This is from one car seat, you guys. I told you it's gross. Don't judge me. And then moving on to the second one. In my defense, the first one I did is Noah's, and he's younger and doesn't have as much control when eating. He likes to grab onto things too fiercely and crumbles things around. I mean, if you've been around a toddler, you know they can just like fist a granola bar and they don't care. And then this one is Ryder's, and it's not quite as bad. Still some stuff there, but not quite as bad. Most of his was sand, actually. And then I got the broom out just to get everything, you know, into a pile. Made it a little faster, but I did take the vacuum back to get those like tiny little pieces. And then I put them up on the table so they would be easier to clean out. And I just used an all-purpose cleaner and a washcloth. Just wipe them down. They weren't perfect. They're never going to be perfect, but at least better than they were. I made sure to get the straps too, and underneath you want to make sure you get all of the like levers and stuff too, because if a crumb gets stuck in there, it can actually malfunction, and you definitely don't want that. That first one was Ryder, so again, not as dirty as the second one, which is Noah's. And I had to use my fingernail to like scrape some things out. And then when I got to this footrest, I noticed there was stuff stuck in there where I'm trying to shove that. So I got a knife to get everything out, because I don't know that footrest thing comes off at all. And then, of course, my table was dirty from cleaning the car seats on it. So I decided to just go ahead and wipe that up quick while I was there. Moving on to my garbage cans. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. And it's one of those tasks that you see, you know it's dirty. You know that it needs to be cleaned. But it feels so daunting. It feels like it's going to take so much time and it's difficult. This took 10 minutes. Like, not even that bad. So I used the vacuum to get all of the big pieces out. And then I used multi-surface spray and a rag. This first one I was doing, that's recycling, so that one doesn't get as bad, but this side is garbage and it definitely needed scrubbed. Some of the remaining spots that you can see, that's actually just like paint scratches or like where the paint has worn down. Part of that is because I have small kids and they do like to be as independent as possible, and they just rub on things and pull on things and, you know, slam the drawers and things like that. And I thought, if I'm going to get in here and clean this out, I'm going to do the whole thing. And so I took the containers to the bathtub, put soap in them and very hot water, and then I even came back and used Clorox wipes on the garbage container, and I went ahead and wiped the top down. Now while my containers were soaking, I decided to clean this track out. Ugh, it even looked worse in person, like, if I'm being completely honest. I have not cleaned this since we moved in. Also, kind of in that middle where I just grabbed there's like a piece of old carpet or something stuck in there. I don't know what it was, but I decided to leave it, so that's still there and gross. But again, vacuuming it out and then using some multi-surface cleaner. I had kind of a hard time getting into some of these cracks, but I decided that at another point in time, not this day, maybe I would go back in with a brush, or I'd really like to get one of those steam cleaner things. It's green. I don't, maybe it's Bissell. I've seen it a lot on Instagram, some on YouTube, and people use it for all sorts of things. But the track definitely looks better. I mean, it's to the outside door, so who knows. And then when I had taken the garbage out, I took it to the street, and had actually been garbage day, and our garbage can just smelled so bad. So I decided to take some dish soap and the hose and just spray it out. Did that completely get rid of the smell? No, it's a garbage can. Like, what do you expect? And the hose water's cold, so the heat wasn't there to help. So then I just cleaned that out, and then I propped it upside down on a piece of wood when I was done, just so that it could dry out. Just where it was needed. And back to the containers I go. I did put on a glove because the water was really hot and I didn't want to burn myself, and I also didn't want to touch dirty trash can water. So I just used a scrub brush, scrubbed all of the sides out, dumped them out, rinsed them out, dried them out, and then took them back and put them away.
I was never the one to write up a song for just anyone. I was always the one to find myself lost in old conversations.
As I was drying them out, Noah came in and saw the brush, and he said, "Oh, mommy, help you clean." And he was cleaning the bathtub, and then after this, he went and cleaned the wall. The kids really like helping. I'm thankful for that.
I've always been told that things will unfold if you keep on waiting, but then you came along and proved me all wrong. I was so mistaken, 'cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you.
And then moving on to the homeschool things I had originally thought maybe I would laminate these, but one, I don't have enough laminating sheets left, and I don't really want to buy them. And two, these were actually a pretty good quality. I thought they were paper, but they do have some sort of like a shiny coating on them. So I just hole punched them and put them each set on a ring. And yeah, we'll just go through them then. Since this was filmed, I did decide actually to order a homeschool curriculum, and I will talk about that more when it comes in and I can share that with you. But basically, I know myself, and I know that if I just have these flashcards and maybe a couple workbooks and no structure, that I'll do really good for a couple of weeks, and then I will just kind of like fall off the routine, I guess, because I'll just get like overwhelmed with all of the things I think that Ryder needs to know or should be learning. And so, yes, it did cost some money, but I think education is one of those things that it's definitely worth it to go ahead and spend the money on. So yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. We'll still use these note cards just for extra learning. And he actually saw me doing this and he was really excited about it. And then we'll also start doing these with Noah, because I think the one set that has like colors and numbers and animals will be really good for him. We also had gotten this like dinosaur preschool book actually before he was born, because I didn't understand exactly what it was. And yeah, so we got that like before he was born. I was thinking it was like a dinosaur book, not an activity book. So I definitely ordered the wrong thing. We also have that we can work through as well. We plan on starting our homeschool year after Labor Day and going through Memorial Day, just because, like, again, he's only in preschool, so it doesn't really matter. And then after this year, we will have to decide if we're going to send him to school or keep him at home and continue to homeschool, and what that looks like for us. But anyway, moving on to these little gift bag things that I was making for Anthony. Asked me if I could come up with something for the educators. He was doing like educator helicopter flights a couple weeks after this, a week after this maybe, and he asked me if I could come up with something to give to them. And I thought of like a back to school thing. This is right before they go back to school. This is all like teachers or staff or coaches or things like that. So I decided to do sparkling water, like I said, the Heavenly Hunks, and I did that because they're gluten-free, and I know a couple of the teachers that he has worked with in the past are gluten-free, so I just wanted to make sure that we weren't excluding anybody. And then I put in the rest of the items that I had gotten at Target, and then came back later with his pens and his business cards.
Take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. I feel so free, oh my sweet baby.
And this is what they looked like. And then I put a little sticker on them that said, "Have a great year." This is what the car seats look like when they're clean. They do have some stains over here a little bit, but at least they're clean. That's fine. Both of them are put back together. Both of my kids are still rear facing because they're both within the height and weight limits for them to be there. And then this specific car seat says that these pads stay in until they're forward facing. So I know some car seats, this is just for like infant up to X pounds. But on these ones specifically, that stays in until they are forward facing. So I need to clean the car up before I reinstall these, but at least this part is done. Moving on to dinner, this was really simple. I just took some chicken, trimmed it up, and then cut it into like different size pieces. I tried to make them kind of consistent so they would cook the same. And did I tell you what I'm making? It's like a gluten-free chicken strip, basically. I've really been missing being able to have like chicken wings or boneless chicken wings or like chicken strips and things like that. And so I made them this night. I was actually the only one that ended up eating any of them. Anthony got home really late and he hadn't eaten his lunch that day, so he decided to just eat his lunch. And the boys, I don't remember what they had. I don't think they actually ate any of the chicken. But after I cut them, I just patted them so that they could kind of dry out. And then my breading mixture is gluten-free flour, onion powder, garlic powder, salt, pepper, and a little bit of smoked paprika, just seasoned to your liking. And then 2 eggs, and I whisk those up super well. I used to do flour, egg, flour, but then I recently learned that actually just can make the coating, the breading, fall off of the chicken easier when you do flour first. So I don't actually know. I've never tested the theory, but since I read that, I've only done like the egg mixture, or sometimes you would do buttermilk or milk or anything like that. And then the flour mixture. I put them in the air fryer after I sprayed the basket and cooked them for, I don't know, maybe 15 minutes. I don't think it took quite that long, 12 minutes maybe, just because just until the chicken was cooked all the way through. And they did look a little floury on the outside. You could definitely taste that, but it helped satisfy my craving. Okay, I we went out and I cleaned out the garage, and then I cleaned up the car. Well, just the back seat. I didn't do anything in the front seat because honestly it's hot out and I was over it, but I did clean up the back seat and underwear, like all of the car seats go, and like, you know, I mean, cars get really dirty if you have kids. I got that done. I got the car seats reinstalled and all of that. We made dinner, which I showed you obviously, but that is where I'm gonna end the video for today. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for being here, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.
Give me a